Hello, welcome to week 6. This is our joy week. So every time I look at a new week, I think this is going to be my favorite week. And I think this one might actually be my favorite week. So, okay, before we begin with joy, let's just take a few moments and take some deep breaths together. Land in this space from wherever you are, releasing your day, releasing your to-do list, releasing any worries. Breathing in and out. Knowing that this is your time to receive whatever you need to receive today to help you move forward in a way that feels really good. Because ultimately we want to be guided by what feels good. We want to move toward what feels good because our feelings are our internal guidance system. So feel that grounding cord dropping from the base of your spine down into the center of the earth. Feel it wrap around the core of the earth once, twice, 3 times. And just feel yourself land. You can ask your higher self to step in with you, to be present with you, to be in your body. And Archangel Michael is drawing a circle for us. A circle of love, healing, protection, transformation. And knowing that this time we spend today will help activate and strengthen and widen your capacity for joy. Because of course your capacity for joy has always existed in its fullest, perfect state. But sometimes we have to learn how to access that joy as adults. We'll catch moments of it here and there, but I know for myself, I didn't fully know what joy was or how to feel joy until I'd moved through the things that we've been working on in this 7-week magic course. I had to clear out space. I had to feel through a lot of things. I had to feel through all of those old stored emotions that were blocking my ability to really connect to joy, to really feel joy. And I had to learn how to protect my energy so that, if I felt joy, it didn't immediately get squashed or siphoned off or, just sort of disappear into the ether. So, of course, sometimes joy does disappear into the ether. It'll just fall in for a moment and then it'll step away, but that's perfect too. So I guess the number one thing I want to say about joy right now is that you can make space for joy, and you make space for joy by doing all of the things that we've been doing together here. You create space for joy by feeling your feelings. You create space for joy by clearing the energy around you, by retraining your brain to think thoughts that really, really serve you. So know that if joy is feeling elusive at any point, and joy can often feel elusive, just know that that's simply a reminder that there's something for you to move through. There's a feeling or maybe a decision that you need to make, or something in life that is calling for your attention. Maybe there's something to clear. Sometimes there's a cord to cut. I know we talked about cord cutting a few weeks ago, but this has been something I've been using a lot, especially recently. So if I find myself really kind of obsessively thinking about a specific person or a specific situation, I will just ask that any unhealthy cords between me and that person or me and that situation be cut, leaving only the cords of love, or the cords that really serve me and serve the highest good. And that really can clear out a lot. And, when we cut those cords, those unhealthy cords that don't serve us, then we create space for joy. So, okay. How do we want to approach this? Just feeling in, like what wants to come through about joy now? Okay, we have the otters stepping in. So I work with a council of sacred animals, including dragons and unicorns and a phoenix and giraffes, and a peacock and lions and otters. You might not think of otters as magical, but oh, they are. They're so magical. Otters are so great. And otters are really connected with joy and with a sense of fun. So the otters are really stepping in for us today. Okay. Straight off, the otters want to do a healing for each of us. So, as ever, know that if you watch this again, if you feel called to watch this this particular week again, you will receive something a little bit different, or something very different each time you receive this healing, because that's how these work. When you connect with this energy on a different day, in a different time in your life, you will need something different, and so you'll receive something different. So these are things that you can watch over and over again if you choose, and receive a little bit differently. So the otters are here. They're swimming in that really lovely energy that they have. And they're sprinkling healing salt water over us. And so wherever your energy might need some clearing, might need some refreshing, might need a little bit of extra joy, they're sprinkling water there. So it feels like a lot of us are receiving some otter sprinkled salt water to our hearts, to our crown chakras, to our brains, to the base of your spine, your lower back. And if you have trouble with your lower back hurting, ask for more support. Ask your guides for more support in whatever way you feel you need it. Emotional support, financial support, work support, whatever it is. That can be an indication that we need some more support. Okay, so now it feels like the otters are swimming around you in... Okay, interesting. So we have 7 otters here, and they're swimming around each person who watches this video in a different pattern. And so that pattern is specific to you, is specific to your energy and your needs in this moment. So that pattern is moving up and down your energy, and it's helping to adjust. It looks like it's adjusting your Merkaba, which is it's a energy field around you that does many, many things. You can look it up online if you're curious about that. But it looks like it's adjusting your Merkaba towards, so it's almost, the otters are showing me that it's almost like they're helping you to point your antenna more to joy. Because, of course, the more joy we allow into our lives, the more we engage with joy, the more we engage with play, that energy of joy is such a high energy that energy, the energy of joy, is where you can create anything. It's where you can, call in new relationships. It's where you can heal current relationships if something feels amiss or awry. That energy is where you can, build really beautiful businesses, create beautiful works of art. That energy of joy is, where you can just clean your whole house and it feels great. It's a really joy is one of the highest vibrations we have access to. And it's the most fun one to engage with. So if you ever feel stuck, just ask, all right, what would bring me joy today? Or what would get me closer to joy? Because sometimes if we're feeling stuck and we're feeling, sticky or trapped or overwhelmed, the jump from where we are to joy feels a bit much. But you can always ask for joy. Even if you are the lowest you've ever been, you can ask for joy. And, you might not feel joy the next moment, although you might, but your guides will hear you and will take you up that those stairs, so that, you may be in joy the next day, even though you were really in a bad place the previous day. I feel like that was a tangent. Where were we? Yes, so joy is that really high vibration where you can call in and create so much so powerfully. And oh yeah, there we go. So if you're wanting to call in something new, or you're wanting to feel better, all you need to do is ask, like, okay, what would help me feel better? What would help me step into joy today? And so this is your permission slip to do whatever that is. Of course, you don't need my permission. You don't need anybody's permission, but sometimes it helps because we've been trained so rigorously and so thoroughly not to take care of ourselves that you can just consider this your permission slip from the otters to do whatever it will take for you to feel joy each day, every day, and maybe that means blowing off your to-do list and watching a movie, going to the movies. Maybe that means taking a walk. It can mean all sorts of things. And whatever it means to you, give yourself that, because that's a really, really, really powerful energy. And sometimes we can't quite get to joy because we're starting at in a lower state, but we can get back to neutral. Sometimes we just ask, okay, what's going to bring me to neutral? And then from neutral, it's much easier to get to joy, to get to that space where you can really create what it is that you want to create. Whatever that is. So, all right, I'm gonna have a little bit of water from my elephant mug. I feel like I've mentioned this before, but just in case I haven't, if you have water with you, a glass of water with you when you watch these videos, the water will absorb the energy of the videos, the energy of the healing, the energy of the channeling, just the high energy that's coming through these. And so then when if you drink the water, during the session or after the session, it will help you integrate what you've received. It will help you integrate whatever it is that you're needing and you're wanting to really absorb. So water can be really powerful for that. Okay, so let's see, where are we supposed to go next? And now I feel like I need to apologize if you can hear my computer. It's making some weird fan noises that it's never made before, which is making me nervous. Of course, I managed to avoid the construction noise in my neighborhood by doing this at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but then my computer starts making funny noises. Perhaps I should just surrender to the noise. Okay, so. Oh, actually, okay, it feels like the otters are jumping in on that surrender piece. And they're saying one of the easiest, fastest ways to get to the energy of joy is just to surrender. Is to surrender the things that you thought you needed to do, to surrender the ways you thought you needed to feel, surrender the way you thought things needed to look. And so when you're in a space of surrender, you can be in joy in any moment, any moment. No matter what's going on, you can be in joy. Okay, that's interesting. Let's follow that. Yeah, they're saying you can be in great sorrow, great sadness, great pain, and still be in joy. My human self is like, I don't really think so, but let's see what else they have to say about that. And they're laughing at me. Yes, okay. They're saying that you can choose your state of being in any moment. You can choose how you want your energy to feel. And they're saying this is a mastery. This is quite an advanced level of mastery. And so if for you, like me, that feels kind of impossible, that's okay. But they're just offering us this idea to ponder that we can choose our state. And that's not to say that if you are in a wave of grief or in some emotion that you should try to bypass that emotion and go straight into joy. That's not what they're saying. They're saying you can be in that wave of sorrow, in that wave of sadness, and also be in the joy of your humanity. Be in the joy of, I am a feeling being and I am moving through this emotion and it's sad and it's sticky and it's messy, but I'm still in a state of grace, even as I move through this emotion, even as I feel this emotion, even as I sit in this emotion, because they're reminding us that we don't always have to move through emotion. I know that I say it that way often. But they're saying sometimes the best way to move through emotion is to stay still and just be in that emotion, and then the emotion will move through you. So it's not like you need to frantically swim through the emotion. It's like you can just sit still and be present with the emotion and it moves through you. Thanks. So that may be an addendum to our feelings video. So if we can choose our state of being, then we can choose joy in any moment. And of course, we want to create from joy. We want to, because when we create from joy, that joy is imprinted into the thing that we're creating. The energy, that hot, healing, beautiful energy of joy it will fill whatever it is you're creating, whether it's a relationship, whether it's an experience, whether it's a, physical creation. It will fill that. The energy of joy will fill that. So they're offering that, you take a moment before you begin anything, whether it's a conversation or an art project or work, you take a moment to just tap into the energy of joy, or to ask that you create from joy, or, I ask to create from the highest energy available to me now. And that they're saying that will be really, really powerful for you. Okay, I got something when I was saying that. What was it? Where did it go? Okay, well, if it's important, please send it back because I've forgotten it. Ooh, okay. Okay, tapping into joy. There it is. So they want to, is this still the otters? It feels like the otters are here, but it feels like somebody else is coming through now. Okay, it feels like Brigid, Joan of Arc, and someone I don't work with as regularly. Hi, who are you? Okay, that's feeling fuzzy, so that's all right. It's a very high energy. Okay, so Joan of Arc and Brigid and mystery third guide. Is it Jesus? No, he's here too, but he's a little bit farther removed. Oh, interesting. Okay, it's Adama. I've literally never channeled Adama in my life. I've received channelings from Adama from other people. So Adama is sort of the guardian of Telos, which is the fifth dimensional city inside Mount Shasta. Okay, he's here. Cool, cool. Okay, so they are going to send us an activation to help us tap into joy. So they're saying if your joy center, whatever that is covered in multiple layers, they're going to help you remove those layers. So it may take receiving this, or asking again for this activation, on your own, which of course you can always do. You don't have to necessarily be watching the video, although that might help. That might feel easier. So this may, one time may be enough to help you really be able to tap into joy in a new way. You may want to engage with this healing a few more times if there are multiple layers. We're all, kind of in different places. But that's what they're going to do. So let's breathe with them. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Brigid. Thank you, Joan of Arc. Thank you, Adama. Oh, my computer's making noises it has never made before, of course. Okay, so it's almost like it looks to me like they're putting a pyramid of light over us. So over each of us individually and over us as a collective. So each person who watches this video will be under this pyramid of white light interspersed with, looks like squiggles of pink light, like pink light moving through, green light moving through, a really beautiful purple light moving through that feels like it's Joan's light. And the green is Brigid's. And Adama has a white light that's tinged with blue. So we're being really powerfully encased and enveloped in the energy and love of these three guides. Thank you. So they're inviting us to close our eyes and to breathe in this pyramid of light. To just feel and know that whatever energy is blocking us from joy, whatever energy is counter to joy, is now moving up through our energetic systems, up through your physical system, your mental system, your emotional system, your heart system. And it's moving up through your crown chakra and up into the point of the pyramid. So the point of this pyramid is a really powerful epicenter, and it's almost working like a magnet. Like when they talk about, what is it, activated charcoal? If you get that, like, if you, I don't know if you can drink it, but I feel like you can. If you drink it or you use a face mask with it, it's supposed to pull out all the impurities. That's what they're comparing this to, just a really potent seventh dimensional kind of activated charcoal. So this magnet is drawing everything that is counter to joy to it, so that can be released from your system, so that you can. So they're saying it's not so much about tapping into joy, it's about living in a state of joy. It's about being constantly in joy, even as you are in your human experience. Because of course we are in a human experience. We will have emotions, we will have crappy days, we will have, this isn't meant to say you are going to have crappy days, you can choose other experiences, of course, but They're saying you can live in a state of grace and joy and have your full human experience. So just sit with this, breathe with it as this pyramid of light is working with your energy. Okay, and Jesus is here sending his loving, transformative energy into this pyramid. So if that feels good to you, you can accept that or not as you choose. Okay, it feels like it's still working, so just keep breathing with it. Okay. All right. Good. Is there anything else? Okay, now they're sending in, it almost looks like purple bubbles of energy. Oh, right, of course, Saint Germain, the violet flame of Saint Germain is coming in to soothe and fill any holes in our energy where things have been removed, where, almost like impurities have been removed. They don't love that word, but it's just because I'm thinking about the activated charcoal mask, moving impurities from your skin. So these violet bubbles are coming in to just soothe and fill in any holes. Because of course, when we clear, in some ways we create a vacuum, and vacuums will get filled. So we want to fill them with, with really high vibrational light and love. So that's what is coming in now. And it looks like some of you are it's like you're being zipped up in a violet sleeping bag, one of those sleeping bags that comes over your head, and so you can be completely encased in the sleeping bag with just a little hole for your nose. So some of you have a violet sleeping bag. Some of you are just being kind of draped in a light layer of violet. Some of you are just have a few violet bubbles moving into certain places. Whatever you need is what you're receiving. It's all perfect. Okay, so now Mother Mary is working with your heart to help open your heart to joy. Sometimes our human experience shows us how to close our hearts to joy. Sometimes we feel that it's safer to close our hearts up. And so, of course, when we close our hearts, sometimes we do feel safer, but we really do block out a lot of those higher energies, higher vibrations. And so she's helping us gently, lovingly open our hearts to joy. Thank you, Mother Mary. So you may see or feel her hand on your heart, maybe her hand on the back of your heart, or her hand on your third eye or your crown. And she's just working with your energy wherever it needs. Okay, it feels like Joan of Arc, maybe Mary Magdalene, are working with your feet. Almost like clearing. I'm comparing this to a pedicure. I don't know if any guys are ever going to watch this, but welcome. Almost like they're working with our feet, because our feet are our connection to the earth, to the ground, and our feet carry a lot for us. And so they're working with our feet. It almost looks like they're removing a layer of thick, kind of sticky energy from the bottoms of our feet that's just been collected. And so this is going to improve your ability to ground, to be supported by the earth. And of course, that grounded joy, like being grounded in joy, is extremely powerful. It's a really potent place to be. Okay, thank you, Mary Magdalene. Thank you, Joan of Arc. Let me just see if they're No, we're supposed to stay in this pyramid of light for a little while longer. It feels like we're in more of an integration period now. It feels like some of you are still receiving some healings. Stay here for another few moments. Okay, it feels like, so we all have, a team of guides, a team of angels, who have been with us for a very long time, who work with us, who you can call on, who are here to guide you and support you and love you and answer questions and heal you. You just have to ask for it at any time. But I'm seeing, so each of your guides are coming up, and it's like they're putting their hands on your own personal pyramid within this bigger pyramid. And so they're infusing your pyramid with their love and their guidance and their healing, and just lending you their support as you receive this, as you clear. And if this feels intense, it feels like it might for a few of you. That might just mean that you had something bigger in your field that was kind of blocking your energy. So if you're feeling anything that feels confusing or a lot or overwhelming, just breathe with it. You can press pause if you need to. You can lie down if you need to. You can ask for it to go more gently. You can always ask for healings, for lessons, for experiences to go more gently. That's a good one, actually. If you feel like you're having a really crappy week, like, okay, I feel like I'm creating something or I'm receiving something or you're trying to show me something, but please show it to me more gently. That's a really good one. Okay, nope, they still want us in the pyramids, so let's see. Okay, they just want us to breathe together silently for a few minutes, which of course is going to be challenging for me because I'm going to feel like, oh, but I should be talking. So let's just take a few moments and breathe in and out in whatever way feels comfortable for you. The energy of these pyramids, and the pyramid that's just for you, and the larger pyramid of this healing. As you breathe in the transformative energy of this light pyramid, so many powerful guides, know that you can step back into this pyramid anytime you desire, anytime you choose. And it will be very powerful at helping you step into a state of joy or get closer to a state of joy. But it can also help with a number of other things. This can help with. It can help you receive healing, physical healing. It can help you receive emotional healing. It can help you be in a state of love. And they're saying you're always in a state of love, but it can help you feel in your human experience like you're in a state of love. I'm saying this can help clear blocks to creation if you're a writer or an artist or creating a business. You can step into this pyramid to remove whatever might be blocking you, feeling like it's blocking you. So they're building you a little door so you can step into this pyramid, step into this healing whenever you like. And they're encouraging you to do it, especially if you felt blocked in some area of your life. They're inviting you to step in. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brigid. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Adama. Thank you, otters, for being present. Thank you, Jesus, Mary, Magdalena, Mother Mary. And thanks to all of your guides who were lending their support and their love. Okay, so you can stay in this pyramid as long as you like, or if you're feeling ready, you can step out, thanking them, and knowing that you are in a beautiful, clear space for creation, for receiving, for being in joy. Okay, so they're actually asking us, so this is the otters again, they're asking us to practice stepping into a state of joy. And this is going to be a little bit different for each of you. So we'll begin by just saying, all right, dear God, universe, higher self, angels, guides, or whatever you most resonate with, please help us step into a state of joy. Please help us step into a pure state of light, joy, and delight and love. And so please guide each person watching this to their own best way of connecting with joy, of tapping into joy, of stepping into joy. It may be imagining yourself at a place that you felt great joy in your childhood, a swimming hole or a waterfall. It may be looking up at the sky, at the blue sky. It may be the feeling of buying yourself flowers or receiving flowers. It may be the feeling of tromping through the woods with nothing else to do that day. There is a place, an experience, a person, a pet, something that really helps you feel joy. So sit with this for a moment and see what shows up for you. Don't think about it too hard. Don't try to move through a list of fun things. Just sit quietly, drop your thoughts, drop any brain chatter into your heart, drop any worries into your heart, and just see what shows up. And whatever is showing up, a little check mark next to that, so that when you want to step into the energy of joy, you can call that in. Either by doing the thing, or remembering the feeling, or just calling in that energy. And for me, it's looking up at the sky. California has really beautiful blue skies, and a number of points in my life when I felt just really down or in a lot of feeling, I know that if I look up at the sky, I feel an opening, I feel a clearing. Sometimes it really arrives as joy, sometimes it doesn't. It's more of a stair step, but the sky is a really good joy reminder for me. So whatever's shown up for you, that is a place to play, a place to start. Feels like your guides might have three different things for you to, three different options for you to call in joy, step into joy, bring in joy. I'm just seeing getting on the swings and swinging at a playground or whatever it is for you. It feels like you have three things to receive right now that will help you be in joy, play with joy. So just drop your thoughts and your brain chatter into your heart and see what you receive about those three things. You may want to just write down the first three things that pop to mind and see where the guidance is in those. Okay. So it feels like we're being asked to breathe through our hearts for a moment because it feels like a lot of energy has been stirred up. Maybe not in all of you, maybe not every time you watch this, but we did do some really powerful shaking up. So whatever you're feeling, whatever you're experiencing, whatever's showing up for you, whether it's a spinning brain or some interesting energy, just imagine sending that out through your heart. Just imagine sending that to your heart, and your heart will move it out. It will move out through your heart. And maybe your guides will catch it and transform it. Maybe it will go straight to the light. Maybe it's an energy that will serve the world. Whatever it is, whatever you're experiencing, just send it into your heart. Send it into your heart to be transformed, to be held, to be integrated. Okay, and the otters are thanking us. Thank you, otters. All the guys from our pyramid are thanking us. Thanks, guys. All of your guides who've been with you today through this session and who are with you always, but may have been showing up a little bit more consciously during this, they're thanking us, thanking you for showing up for yourself in this way and for being willing to be in the energy of joy, to engage in the energy of joy, to be present with it. Because being in joy and doing those things that bring you joy, that get you closer to joy, this is powerful. This is powerful energy to create from. It's powerful energy to guide yourself through your life. If you ask yourself, okay, I have a couple of options here. Which ones bring me joy? Which ones don't? That can be a really, really powerful way to guide yourself because, of course, our desires are guidance. That's our higher self, wanting something, feeling joy with something. That's your higher self saying, yes, this, more of this, we're going this way now. So I'm going to show you that with these positive feelings, with these feelings of joy, this feeling of lightness, with this feeling of desire, because we want to move toward this now. This is for you. So, yeah, play with that and see how that does for you. So yeah, let's just take a few more deep breaths together. In. Give me a really loud, obnoxious exhalation if you like. That can feel really cleansing. Maybe sound like a Muppet. That's cleansing too. Okay. And take care of yourself in whatever way feels necessary. You may feel like you need to take a nap. You may feel like you need to journal out some emotions, or, scream into a pillow, or you may be feeling really in that energy of joy, in which case just flow with that and see where it takes you. You can just sit down and just enjoy it. And it's like, okay, this is what joy feels like. This is how I can feel whenever I want. This is how I can feel as I'm going about my life, about my day. And this is one of the highest energies I can be in. Whew, okay. Well, yes, I did like this week. It was a good week. So I hope you have enjoyed it too. Please feel free to watch again as many times as you need, or jump straight to whatever healings and activations feel necessary or feel like they would serve you again. You can even just play these videos kind of in the background to help bring in some of this high positive energy into your day and your experience and your energy. That can be really, really valuable as well. So thank you as always, and I will see you next week for our 7th and final week. Yay!